Thank you all. What an honor it is to be standing up here amongst other fellow Penguin Hall of Fame athletes today. Yesterday on the ride into town, I was thinking back to the fall when I got the phone call that I was being inducted into the Hall of Fame. And that day I was out on a walk with my little girl. And it was one of those rare moments in my athletic journey that truly stopped me in my tracks. It moved me in a way that I hadn't really been moved before. I was overcome by emotions and chills. And that feeling was unique to me. On the field, sure, I was no stranger to the butterflies, the jitters, the pregame, things like that. But in terms of awards and accomplishments, and even in those moments on the field, they were fleeting. For when the first pitch was thrown, it was right back to business. It was right back to playing the game I love, where I was most comfortable. But it had never happened to me in an award or an off the field. And I spent the rest of the walk that day with my daughter trying to figure out the reason why this award stood out so far head and shoulders above all the other things that happened throughout my athletic career. And I settled on two different things. The first is timing. During my athletic career, I worked so hard and I focused so hard on what always came next. All the work that went in was to move closer to goals. And those goals would get you closer to the dreams that you set. Except you actually never reach the dreams because you always move the finish line further out on yourself. But when this call came some 10 years after the time that I played baseball here at YSU, there were no more goals. There was no distant finish line left. It was only looking back. It was only reflecting on my time here at YSU. And as I did that on the walk, so many memories came flooding back from this place. The games, of course, the 6 a.m. 300-yard shuttles on stand ball, the long bus rides, the 1221 courtyard apartment room Friday and Saturday nights, and the Cavatelli pasta dinners at the Lipari household that usually followed, which got me back on track. Those memories are incredibly special to me, but more so than any of those memories are the people that I achieved them with, the relationships. And I would be remiss today if I didn't thank the people that helped get me here. First and foremost, to my family. My earliest memories in life are me and my brother running around my dad's high school baseball practices. Baseball was truly my first love, a passion that was passed down through him. As a kid, I absolutely idolized the players on that high school baseball field, almost as much as I idolized my dad, who was their coach. If you would have driven through Canal Winchester during my childhood, during the summer, there was a good chance that you would catch me and my dad outside, him throwing me wiffle balls or him shooting me fly balls out of a jugs machine stationed at the top of our driveway over a busy road to me on the other side in the schoolyard trying to learn to play outfield. Dad, as I look back, I can only hope that this ride has been as incredible as fulfilling for you as it has been for me. As a new parent myself, I think the biggest compliment I can give to the both of you is this. To us three kids, there never seemed like any time that you wouldn't dedicate, any amount of effort that you wouldn't give, or any amount that you wouldn't stretch your budget to give us every opportunity in the world to be both happy and successful in the things that we are passionate about. So thank you to you both. Next to my beautiful wife, Carly, who has been by my side through my whole athletic journey. One of the reasons I'm so grateful for this place is because it brought you into my life. As a swimmer here at YSU in your own right, you went above and beyond in supporting me and encouraging me through my athletic journey. The long car rides to podunk towns only for you to get out and me to treat you to a romantic Waffle House all-star combo dinner. That was all I could afford with my meal money and the only place within 20 minutes of the team hotel. But through the ups and downs, your love and stability has brought about a life and a family that I'm so incredibly proud of. So thank you. In terms of my career here at YSU, I need to thank several people within the athletic department. First and foremost, the coaches that dedicated their time and their life to this program. I want to give a special shout out to Coach P, who recruited me here. He took a chance and believed in a 16-year-old kid from a small suburb of Columbus, Ohio, and gave me the platform to build into this. He cared about his players more than any coach that I have ever had, and he made this campus and the baseball team feel like a family. And that's what drew me here to YSU. Well, that and the MVR pasta that he fed me on my recruiting visit, that didn't hurt either. To the people behind the scenes in the athletic department, Brian and Dan's are in the weight room. Tim in the equipment room, and this training staff, especially Sarah, who I spent way too much time with my junior year. Now, I say that not with malicious intent. I love Sarah, but anyone in the athletic world knows that spending a lot of time in the training room isn't too high on our priority list. But as fate would have it, just 2.5 weeks before the Major League Baseball draft, I tore 2 ligaments and 1 tendon in my right knee. When, at a time in my life when I felt like my dreams, everything I had worked for, were crumbling down around me, her positivity, her hard work, and her professionalism got me ready for surgery in just 2 weeks and got me drafted just 2 days later. So I want to give a special shout out to her. And finally, I need to thank one last group, the thing that made my 3 years here in Youngstown State an irreplaceable experience, my teammates. Thinking back on my career here at YSU, I'm reminding of the love that is shared amongst brothers within the athletic world. From dredging up that courtyard hill at 6 a.m. on the cold, windy Youngstown mornings, to mud slip and sliding on accident down the side courtyard hill on one fateful Saturday night, the bond that was forged is one that no distance or time could tear apart. I feel super fortunate today to have 2 of my closest teammates and friends here today, Phil Lipari and Jeremy Banks. Now, on the open hours of the Watts training site, oftentimes you could find the 3 of us in there. We would drop a batting cage, we would grab a tee, we'd turn on a summer hits of the 90s playlist. Yes, Phil, I do remember that Matchbox 20 sings 3 a.m. And we would just hit until our heart's content. Now, why that might seem so simple and routine to many of you, I think it exemplifies perfectly what's so special about our bond. You 2 held me accountable to the standard and values that we shared. Some 10 years ago, you pushed me to reach heights in my baseball career that I truly didn't know that I could obtain. Just like today, you pushed me to be the best father to my little girl, just as I watch you 2 be amazing fathers to your beautiful daughters. What started as healthy competition and drive amongst teammates has blossomed into a second family that I am so, so grateful for. Now, before they come steal the mic, I'm sorry for going over my allotted time. I'll finish with this. When I stepped foot on campus here, I had just turned 18 years old. I got out of the car to unpack, visibly shaking, nervous, first time I had ever left home. I spent 3 years here at YSU and then 5 additional years living in this city. Youngstown became that home for me. It is a special part of me. I am incredibly proud to fly the YSU flag in my classroom at school and tell my students that I attended Youngstown State University. This place gave me memories and friends. It gave me the start to my amazing little family, and I'm incredibly honored to have this place in the YSU Athletic Hall of Fame. Thank you.